Before use, please ensure that the 230-volt system has a valid test certificate. The date of the next test is detailed on the label attached to the RCD/MCB electrical enclosure. Also ensure that there is no visible damage to the inverter, enclosure or the power sockets. There is an operating on-off switch to the front panel of the inverter. There is an operating on-off switch located in the cab. The inverter should only be switched on when the power is required. When the inverter is switched on, the status light will illuminate green, which means the inverter operation is normal, amber if a warning is detected, and red if an error is detected and the inverter has shut down. The display on the inverter when switched on will show the firmware setting, battery setting and alternate between the available battery voltage and the inverter load in kilowatts. If there's any issue, the display will show a E0 error code. The inverter has built-in under-voltage, over-voltage, load and temperature protection. To troubleshoot any inverter error codes, please refer to owner's manual. The inverter is also fitted with a 5-volt USB socket that can be used to charge accessories. This USB socket can be used at any time regardless of whether the inverter is switched on or off. The inverter is connected to an RCD and MCB in an enclosure. The RCD protects against electrical faults and the MCB protects against overcurrent. The user needs to ensure that both the RCD and the MCB are in the on position when using the inverter. The operation of the RCD can be tested using the test button to the top. When the inverter is switched on, press the test button and the RCD should trip off to the off position. If this does not operate correctly, the fault should be reported to the vehicle maintenance provider. This test should be carried out quarterly, or if the vehicle and system are new to you. If either the RCD or MCB trip off while the inverter is in use, unplug any item being used and reset them. If either the RCD or MCB will not reset with the items unplugged, the fault should be reported to the vehicle maintenance provider. Subsequently, if the RCD or MCB reset correctly but trip off again when any item is plugged in, the item in use should be inspected, repaired or replaced. One or more 3-pin 230-volt standard UK style sockets will be fitted in the vehicle. These can be used to supply any 230-volt items up to the maximum rating of the inverter. All items plugged into these sockets should be also double insulated. The earth rod will be positioned adjacent to the side loading door or the rear door apertures. The earth rod must be deployed whenever the 230-volt supply from the inverter is used outside of the vehicle. This is to protect the user from electric shock should a fault occur. The earth rod should be inserted into the ground whenever possible. If not achievable, laid on the ground and the vehicle moves so that the earth rod is positioned under the vehicle tyre. For additional information, please refer to the inverter instruction manual by visiting the product at www.tivo.eu.com or by following the link detailed.